Hey guys, my name is Food and Fish, and today we are going to be talking about Soldier 76 in Overwatch. Soldier 76's real name is John Jack Morrison. Age is unknown. He grew up in rural Indiana, a farmer's son with a good heart and a lot of drive. Morrison's story kind of reminds me of the description of soldiers that you would normally hear from World War II. Good farmers, intent on joining the military to protect what they love most, which is their countries and their families. Although Morrison went into the military intent on getting home after a few years of service, he caught the eyes of his supervisors as he displayed a strong work ethic and courage. He enrolled in a controversial soldier enhancement program, which remains classified to this day. Most people assume that the soldiers enrolled in this program went through some sort of genetic enhancements, giving them superhuman in speed, strength, and agility. I've also kind of noticed that the arms and legs for soldier are either heavily armored or are mechanical prosthetics from the look of them in-game. Soldier 76 was brought on into Overwatch alongside a man called Gabriel Reyes. Now, Reyes we'll talk about a little bit later, but Reyes outranked Morrison when they were brought into the program, so Reyes led the group initially. Morrison, however, was found to be the better leader, bringing out the best in those around him and inspiring those who fought with him to fight as an effective unit. So he was a very good team lead. He was the natural-born leader and eventually was given leadership of Overwatch. We can see the skin in-game called Strike Commander Morrison. Unfortunately, Reyes would become jealous of Morrison, and the two of them would create a rift in Overwatch. Reyes led the covert organization called Blackwatch, and Morrison commanded Overwatch. Eventually, these two would tear the whole organization apart. Reyes creating kind of like an uprising within the ranks. There was a major battle at the Swiss Overwatch headquarters, followed by a massive explosion, which was thought to have killed both Commander Morrison and Reyes. Later, though, security footage from about 5 or 6 years later found a man who claimed to be Soldier 76 breaking into and stealing Overwatch technology and information. Soldier never seemed to kill anyone, but it was easy to see that this man fit Commander Morrison's description. This is where we get Soldier 76 in game. Gabriel Reyes will go on to become Reaper, and we'll talk about him a little bit later once I get some good gameplay footage. Now, Soldier 76 has some unique abilities that make him the all-around Call of Duty class. He has the ability to sprint endlessly thanks to his genetic enhancements, allowing him to get back into the game quickly. He is actually second fastest behind Tracer. Using the sprint is invaluable. Remember, not only can he heal himself, but can also get back into cover quickly and pick up health packs around the map. Soldier has 200 health, which seems like a downside, but he can be quickly healed by a Mercier or Lucio, allowing him to get back into the fight much more quickly. Soldier had taken experimental pulse rifle from Overwatch, which is his main weapon. This weapon has 25 rounds and fires at a rate of 10 rounds per second. The reload only takes 1 second, so it's a very good DPS weapon. And his damage is anywhere between 5 to 17 since the weapon does have damage fall off. This means that at a range you can do a total of 125 damage if you have impeccable aim. And I recommend that you burst this weapon at range. Do not forget to go for headshot criticals. Now, at close range, you can absolutely shred people if you're accurate for a total of 425 damage if you stay on target. You don't want to stand completely still because you are squishy, and with only 200 health, you need to stay moving, so just don't stand still. Soldier's weapon will increase the spread the longer you hold the trigger. Burst firing 4 rounds for the chamber will have no effect on your weapon's spread. If you can practice that, it will make you pinpoint accurate, as the hit scan on this weapon requires no lead. The bullet will exit the gun and hit your target as long as you are bursting and keep steady aim over the target. Now, the Helix rockets are the other ability that Soldier has, and they're fired from the underbarrel of your pulse rifle. This ability has a 8-second cooldown and takes 2 seconds to fire. If you hit someone directly, you could do 120 damage. It's the same as Pharah's rockets. This is a fantastic way of taking down stationary targets like Bastions or Trogdor. Tanks will also easily eat all the damage from your Helix rockets since they have wider hitboxes and can't run from the damage as easily. If you're fighting someone 1v1 or looking for a quick finish, the splash damage does up to 80 damage, and a well-earned burst fire from your gun and a helix shot to the ground beside them, because shooting at them can miss, will knock your target down relatively quickly. Next is one of the reasons why I really love Soldier, his ability to self-heal and also heal his teammates. Now, it's not as effective as like a Zenyatta or a Mercy, but you can easily dole out the heals to teammates who are in trouble. Now, Biotic Field is the ability, and it has a 5-second duration with a 15-second cooldown, so use it wisely. It does 35 heals per second with a 5-meter radius. I like using this on payload maps. If you jump on the cart and drop the Biotic Field, it will travel with your team, allowing you to push and heal at the same exact time. Using 2 soldiers and kind of timing their heals on and off, or having a Lucio with you is a good idea as well, since the healing can go down much more quickly and effectively this way. Finally, Soldier 76's ult is called the Tactical Visor. You guys have all heard this, and it's basically an aimbot. Let's admit it. It is. As long as your target is within the giant circle that comes up on your screen, you're going to mow your enemies down pretty dang easily. The duration here is 6 seconds, and it increases your base damage from 5 to 10. So your pulse rifle doles out 10 to 17 damage per shot. That's huge. This ability is best used against low health targets first, and you can take them out a lot faster since your reload time is also reduced to half a second. The clip can dole out 225 damage per clip at range. Focus down the healers and any of the assault class characters. So look for your squishy characters, then worry about your tanks. Your Helix rockets will also hit on target as your gun automatically aims at whoever happens to be in your giant circle of death. The problem here is that you want to keep an eye out for Reinhardt. Reinhardt can basically render this whole thing ineffective. However, your Helix rockets and your sprint are still available. That means you could sprint behind Reinhardt's shield, get in behind him, and try and shoot them from behind. So overall, I would say that Soldier is an amazing character. He's a damage dealer. He's also kind of a semi-healer, and he can increase the longevity of your team in battle, and you could also increase the longevity of you being on that battlefield. Never forget how important that is. Think of how long it takes you to get from your spawn point onto that point. So try and increase your longevity by getting health packs, taking cover, using your sprint ability. All of those things are going to come into play. Try them out, guys, and let me know what you think down below. I'd really like to hear some comments about how you guys use Soldier. If there's anything that I missed, please let me know. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Please leave a like or dislike down below, and I will catch you guys later. You can always catch me on twitch.tv/wittedfish. I stream all the time, and thank you guys again. I'll talk to you later. Peace.
Yeah, you're playing with one hand and still
kills.
playing the game.
Only got 5 kills, though. Must have been all right there. My bad.
I'm gonna go ahead and peace on out. Play Fallout.
Epic.
There you go. Yes. Do I get my loot box or I still need a shitload of XP? Still need a